Okay, it says I'm live now.
You live?
Yep. Let me put y'all up on the screen. Why it ain't showing us?
Let me turn my phone down. I need those distractions. Grab my note. Let's see my Detroit versus everybody shirt. I ain't have on the DTE today, but it still works.
That's good. All right, let me go look on YouTube, see how this look real quick.
Pull a notebook. All right.
Emma, did I tell you I got a new computer?
Oh, did I tell you I had an iPad?
Yeah, you did. But
Me? And I use it? What kind of computer you got?
welcome to the Apple family.
Oh.
All right, we live, but it ain't showing our faces. So
Welcome to
what's
the Apple.
going on with that?
Are you
They
saying me?
say
Welcome to
everybody
the Apple
can
family?
see you and hear you.
Yeah, they can hear us because I'm looking at us on the YouTube. Y'all have to bear with us for a second. Audio, green screen.
You on the Insta, right? Too?
Mm-mm.
No, just YouTube.
Yep.
She just posted it on there though.
Why I can't see it? It just show my banner, but it don't show like us.
I'll follow you.
Private chat settings. Alright, that why it ain't showing us? I got it on 3 people on the screen, but it sure ain't showing. When I did my test one, it was showing.
Okay, let me see. So I see it here. Welcome to the chat. Let me see.
What up though? I see the comments, but y'all can't see us, can y'all? 'Cause when I'm looking on live, it's not showing us. It just show my banner on the
Yeah,
background.
that's
Yeah,
all
I
I
don't
see
see.
is the
All I
back.
see is a banner too.
So we got a few folks on here. Like, what up, though?
What up though, y'all?
I don't see that. Where y'all see that at?
We
In the
on your
comments.
phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that
It's a
part.
long day. Forgive me. Oh, there
There
you
we
go.
go. It just want to show our thing, so let me get all of us up there.
Oh,
Okay, I
There we
see you.
go. It just took off my
Alrighty, there we go.
there we go. I don't know why I did that then. It won't let me keep my change this. I have to work on that later. So what up, y'all? What up, though? Thank you, Emma and Marcus, for joining me as always.
Anytime. That's what we do.
yep.
I need y'all to be able to see this Detroit versus everybody though.
Yeah, I got my boy hoodie on and say addicted to the grind.
And I got
Oh,
my
well, I like
Lions
that
hat on
too.
today, y'all.
Well, we all Detroit something.
Put the ball at the top. Don't judge me.
All right, so here's a quick thing. Like for our YouTube live, we're gonna start doing these every third Friday after this Friday, because the first Friday I didn't include because it was New Year's. So here's a couple of our ground rules for the show. You respect us, we're gonna respect you. If we do start bringing guests on, no over talking. Like we'll let you say what you gotta say, and we say what we gotta say. We are for-profit entities, all 3 of us and us combined, which is 4 entities. So the cash app is at the bottom if you need your paragraph answered. So welcome to Detroit. This is going to be the first one of many. Next month we're going to have Ponce Clay on. He's a attorney here in Detroit, and he'll be talking about evictions and the new squatter law. So that's going to be a good one.
Oh, that's
New
hot.
quarter loss.
Yeah, that's what he was saying when I was talking to him. This was a couple
Jesus, take the wheel. I can't handle no more.
months ago.
I can't.
When did these laws change?
Don't give me the line. I don't know.
So we'll
We're
wait.
about to find out next week.
Yeah, we'll try.
Unless
You're
they
right.
new to
You're
me.
right.
Unless they just new to us.
Yeah, that part.
Hold
Yeah.
on, let me pull up the email. Cause I
Who's
already
that?
talked to him. I got his picture, so I just got to do his little flyer. So these gonna be the topic. So that's gonna be February. March gonna be how to find tenants. That's you, Marcus. April, how to rehab your Detroit property with me. May it be how to wholesale. Probably be me, Marcus, and maybe a couple other wholesalers in Detroit doing big. Maybe Linwood P.
Yeah.
He doing good. How to fund your deals in June. July, importance of title. That's you, Emma.
Oh, I gotta wait 6 months. Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna be talking all the time, but that's
Oh,
just
okay.
Your
something to
schedule's so
know.
Oh,
busy,
it'll be
we
all
might not
Right.
about
see
me
you
in
until
June.
6 months.
Okay.
Facts.
Okay. All right.
August gonna be how to bid at the Detroit Wayne County auction with Marcus and Reginald Perryman.
Oh, yay.
Reggie P.
Reggie P. September, the importance of a good CPA. Hopefully my CPA will come on. If not, I'm sure Marcus yours might or somebody else.
That's cool.
Yeah.
October. Go ahead.
I was on something last night where they had pretty good CPA. I'll look her up.
Yeah, if not, I was trying to do Detroit ones. I'll be trying to keep it Detroit, but if not, that's fine.
I'm sure.
Well, mine not from Detroit, so October is insuring your Detroit real estate investment property with Minya.
Yay.
And then November is how to operate your own adult foster care facility with my cousin Ebony Strother.
Yes.
Then December we'll do a end of the year like review of everything. So I'm excited. This is gonna be kind of dope.
All right. So we got the whole year mapped out.
So what's we call it said, hey, who's the guy in the beard?
It's me. In a long quarantine.
I looked twice myself, like, is that that's
my grizzly bear now.
Okay.
Oh, he came in here and when he was combing his beard and shit, I'm like, oh, okay, you just gonna put your little beard follicles everywhere.
It was matted.
What you got, that beard oil?
I got a whole bunch of beard oil.
Hey, Ronnie, what's up?
Listen, got beard but can't get no hair. Like what?
I mean,
that is backwards.
Cut some of that off and
paste it.
Them YouTube videos. And,
oh yeah.
And,
give me some super glue and a sponge.
Yeah, make something happen.
I'm about to go live on the gram too, so I can get those questions answered. That thing be scaring me. My little smell good.
Oh, cause
hey, Rhonda.
Hey, Kelly.
What's Kelly doing here?
Me and Rhonda got something coming February 1st.
What y'all got coming February 1st?
You'll see.
Right.
Oh, I gotta wait.
Oh, it's one of them.
You gotta wait.
Somebody told me I got them healed. Hold on. You know what? I do.
Okay.
Yes, I do. You know I'm gonna have my heels on always. With my hoodie. Detroit versus everybody.
Well, I got my hoodie and some Jordans on like always.
We missed y'all. This quarantine is like, man. I mean, I just want to be sitting next to y'all right now, like, what's up? Talking.
I know.
Talking about what's going on in the D. I miss y'all.
You took the words right out of my mouth because that's what I was about to say. It's been a long 2020. I missed everybody, everything, especially y'all, because we always be together. And it was hard. It was really hard.
Yeah, I saw a post today. Is the mix closed? Because that's normally where we would be at right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's open or closed. That's the thing. You don't know till you get there.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. Well, my spot, the red room where I'm at right now, I'm in here. So.
Yeah, one day I'll become a member there if I get my application.
What did you want us to do? Send it to you?
You can email it.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to the owner about that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm putting the link in the bottom for the tour. So these are some of the events we got coming up this year. So in June we doing the Orlando seminar again. We're gonna have 8 in-person tickets. I think those are $1,000, so it's like a full day mastermind or whatever. And then we're doing a tour again this year, but we moved the dates up from August 12th to August 15th because it was just too goddamn cold on that. It
was freezing.
It was too cold. It was just doing the
So from August 12th to August 15th?
Yep, it's the tour. So the 12th, we're gonna do the boat ride, the meet and greet. Then Friday we tour the east side, Saturday the west side, plus the mastermind. Then Sunday everybody check out. Right now we doing it with the hotel, but depends on how the tickets sell, we might not. So, because I don't want to get into a contract, with the casino pending COVID. So it just really depends. So I'll probably make that decision by like April or May or something.
Okay. So speaking of COVID and I guess real estate, how has things been working out for you guys, Marcus and Asia, and then I guess some of our audience?
You can go first, Marcus.
I mean, it's been good for me. Sales have been up. Everybody has been at home saving their money, getting this SBA money, unemployment money, and any other money they can find, and they're spending it. So it's been great. On the management side, it still hasn't been too bad. Most people are paying their rent as far as the portfolios that I manage. I'm gonna say at least about still 85 to 90% of people
Really?
still paying. Now, what I can say would separate me from everybody else is that I'm heavy on this EDP application. So what I did, like basically in November, December, when I know people start to default, I sent the application out to them. I printed out and I sent everybody the application.
Now, what
So
is
they
this
had no reason
application?
to say they didn't get it.
What's the application for those that don't?
The application is for the eviction diversion program,
Okay.
also known as the EDP.
Okay.
So tenants who fall behind due to COVID, they might have been off for 2 weeks, might have lost their job completely. The nonprofit organizations, Wayne Metro, Southwest Housing Solutions, Macomb Homeless Coalition, all of those, they've been helping people pay their rent.
Oh, wow, really?
And I've received several checks from people who actually filled out the application and applied. Let me just tell y'all something. You'll be surprised how many people threw this application in the trash.
Really?
Because I had my assistant calling and following up, like, hey,
Right.
we haven't gotten your application back. They're like, oh, I threw that in the trash. You just threw money in the trash.
Did they throw it in the trash because they didn't know what it was, or they felt like they couldn't fill it out, or they thought it was
No, they threw it in the trash
long?
because they didn't know what it was. But we put a letter with it. I just, what I'm saying, trying to make sure that everybody knew about the program. They put all this money out here to help us, and I'm trying to make sure that everybody gets a piece of it.
Right.
Right.
So
I
after
did
your
have
assistant called, did they go back? Did you send them another one?
I did. We end up sending them another one out, or emailing it to them. Because what I do is I collect it back from them. Because there's a landlord application that you have to submit, and then the tenant has the applications to submit. So what I did was say, give me all the documents that they require. Give me the application. I did my landlord part. I got the ledger already. Put it in as one packet. So when they get it, they can shoot through it, process it, and then be out. So
did that cover 1 month, 2 months? I mean, was it?
it covers, they'll pay up to $4,700. So they'll pay up to $3,500 for delinquent rent and up to $1,200 towards your first your payment after it becomes current. So a total of $4,700. You can apply it as the landlord property manager. You can apply it how you like, but that's the reasoning for it. So 35 for delinquent, 12 for future payments, total of 4,700 max.
Is there an income qualification for that, or is it
no income qualification? You just got to show a hardship. That's it.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody broke, according to COVID.
Yeah. I mean, everybody pretty much.
Wow.
So, I mean, I think I had some tenants that really wasn't behind. They were on the verge because they were collecting unemployment, but they were still paying. They still filled out the application. We submitted it, and they at least paid up to 2 months of their payment. So they paid the $1,200.
Oh, so because they had some kind of income coming in,
yes,
they didn't get as much as those.
They didn't get as much because they didn't need the entire delinquent amount. So
got it. Now, how long was the process?
It was about 30 days or so. It's a little bit longer now, only because they ran out of funding as of December 31st. But now that they have the new funding that just came in, pretty much a hit by like the 15th of January, they're starting to process all the applications they couldn't finish back in November and December.
That's not a bad look at all.
It's not a bad look. It helps the tenants, it helps the landlords, it helps the property managers, as long as the person is willing to work with it. Like it's a real easy application. Your name, birthday, property address, a copy of your ID, as far as the tenant, any kind of income source that they have. I mean, it's really that easy.
And they was throwing it away.
They was throwing it in the trash. I was like, wow.
Well, I mean, I'm sure your investors or those that you property management for was happy to know that you took the initiative for that.
Yeah, we collected quite a bit so far. So I'm still waiting for some more checks to come in February though.
Oh, you waiting on some more checks?
You gonna be bored?
Happy.
No, it ain't my money.
No, I feel you.
You got a comment, Marcus said, Marcus found me a renter finally, so I'm happy as hell.
I know, right? And he's great. But thank you, Asia, for the referral.
Oh, you're welcome. I know a few good people.
Well, that's what's up. What's going on the north end, Asia?
Nothing, man. A lot of construction going on. I ain't got no rehabs over here lately. I'm trying to. Oh, did you find out about Balfour?
I did not, because we're backed up 20 deals in. Give me one more day.
I'm trying to hurry up for myself to find out what his shit really worth.
All right. Damn.
I need it.
All right.
Hold on. Somebody said, "What do y'all see happening after the mortgage and rent forbearance period?" I see a lot of people ass gonna be on the street.
Yep.
That's what I see.
So did we give them the disclosure that this is the real? Like this ain't gonna.
Why you?
Right. We is not PG-13 or politically correct.
Why you say they're gonna be on the street though?
Because
people are taking advantage of it.
I mean, there's some people who really can't pay, and then you got some people who just like, I ain't gonna pay because you can't put me out right now, and that's the majority of Detroit right now.
Oh, but here's the caveat: you can get put out.
Oh,
you can still get put out.
I didn't know that.
But I thought that was the new. Oh no, that was the squatter laws. Never mind. Yeah, I guess you can get put out.
Yep.
Because think about it, like eventually they have to end this, and then people rent gonna be due. So what you gonna do if you ain't been paying on it for a whole year?
What's happening is this: people letting it go to court. The landlord, property manager are getting the judgments. They can't evict them, but a lot of people still are not taking it serious and filling out that application. Because okay, so let me explain. Because a lot of people are like, well, what's going on? It's like a whirlwind. This is the order.
Can we drink on here? I'm sorry.
I'm drinking water, but I don't know what y'all gonna drink. But
I deserve it. It's been a long 2020. So let me just explain. All right, so you can still send out your notices: 7-day notice, 30-day notice, whatever. But mostly the 7. Okay, you can still send it to the attorney or the court to get a court date. The thing about it is, it's hard. It takes a while to get them because they are not physically. You cannot physically walk them in. The attorneys can't even physically walk them in. You have to mail them. 36, and you already know how the mail is already running crazy.
Right. Oh my God, the mail. That's a whole nother topic in itself.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, once they get the paperwork, they schedule a court date. They'll mail it back out to you and let you know the court date. They'll appear via Zoom, go through the whole process. You know, this is bad, that's bad. But long story short, the judge will be like, "Are you paying? Or are you staying?" And be like, "Well, I'm gonna stay." All right, so you need to get with your attorney because now everybody's represented with an attorney through the nonprofit. Was it Michigan Legal? Lakeshore Legal.
Mm-hmm.
Is representing all of the tenants. So now, before, you remember, I don't know if you guys know, but in person they would represent themselves. They didn't need an attorney.
Right.
I ain't gonna say they didn't need one. They didn't want one or didn't seek one. You didn't need one.
Saving on them pennies. They were saving on them pennies.
Yeah, but now they have to have one, and Lakeshore is representing them. So they'll say, you know what, get with your attorney and complete the EDP application. Once they complete it, then they'll get it back to the opposing counsel. Whoop-de-whoop. If they don't comply and don't fill it out, then I mean, they have no choice but to put it, to pretty much in the favor of the landlord.
They defaulted, essentially, is what you're saying.
Absolutely, because they gave them a chance to get to pay. I mean, it's nobody right now that has gotten denied for this program.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, serious. All right. Somebody said I like the Gucci frames. Thank you. My tax to pay, please. My insurance, because I need to be able to see. Somebody said acquiring, rehabbing, and managing rental property is hard enough, let alone doing it from out of town. But hands down, from beginning to end, these 3 help streamline the entire process. Top notch.
Thank you.
Who is that?
This is why I look like this. I work hard.
Yeah, I had to put some color in my hair since I knew we was gonna be live.
I just got mine colored. Y'all see them layers?
I did a quick red this morning. I don't know if Maddie on here or not, but shout out to Maddie. She got me together and then cashed at me $5. It's like cute.
Emma, first of all, when I tell you I died laughing when you posted that,
I got
evicted. Audience, I got evicted. Yeah, I'm
in
office. Yeah. And
I
was
died.
evicted in writing. You know,
I'm gonna
my
have
kids
to hire her.
The best. They learn from the best. They're around you guys all day, you know.
Thanks. I was like, this is great. Like, she can start sending out letters.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What else we got going on? We got a couple other questions here.
Yes, think there's going to be a boom in the rental market at some point after these forbearance and eviction moratoriums. Absolutely. Because it's some landlords that they're completely losing. They lost. Like, I mean, it's terrible. Like I had a guy that actually came from a different property manager, and we got the tenant back on track. She pays. She applied for the EDP program. She got approved. We got some work done in the house. Like she was in this house that had water in the basement, and all they had to do was call a plumber to have it pumped out or whatnot.
Ugh.
Yeah. Then we
Wow.
got it. We went down there. We had them power wash the basement, and I had somebody go back and deodorize it. So, I mean, and she's happy. Like she's happy. And it wasn't that much.
Wow.
Jeez.
I know I'm seeing a lot of investors like selling off their entire portfolios because they like
Yep.
just want out, you know. And I mean, primarily it's Detroit or Wayne County, but it is some other surrounding cities. But I mean, they're like selling, 30 packs, 40 packs. They're like, we just want out.
Yep.
Yep. Because they don't feel like dealing with the eviction process.
Yeah.
So
it's not an easy process. I mean, it's not an easy process if you don't know the process. Like I'm not gonna sit up here and sugarcoat it. It's not. Like this is an everyday thing. Like I stay in constant communication with our attorney every day, twice a day, following up because they get busy as well, checking on properties to make sure they're still occupied. Like I feel like sometimes I'm riding by like it's mine. I mean, essentially,
Right, just to make sure it's good. Now,
yeah, like you have to be. It's an everyday process, and it's hard. And if you're trying to self-manage right now, it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible.
Now with COVID in the ordinance, are you able to even go in these homes? I mean, or
You can go in the homes, but do you want to? Is the question.
well, that was going to be my next. That was going to be part 2 to my question. So for those that's not paying rent, for those that's not doing whatever, and you see this, and this is this that ongoing thing on Facebook. But I mean, you go in the house, they got 55 inches, and
everybody watching the TV every day.
Right.
Refrigerator on full,
Yeah.
They got food stamps.
I mean, but I put it to you like this. That's my everyday thing prior to COVID. It's plenty of people that have encountered this. They got more than I do, and it's like, but you can't make the payment. We struggling right now. I'm like, okay, that's a nice pair of Jordans at the door.
Is that a ring floodlight? That's $300.
Now, so how does that with them? And I mean, I have the answer to this in my mind. Obviously, I'm not property management, but I guess it makes sense. So if they're not paying their rent, that means you have to dip into your reserve to maintain insurance, structure insurance, or fire insurance, property taxes, other things that you as the owner, is obviously liable for. That's coming in the reserve because you're not taking in the income that is supposed to cover that stuff.
Yep.
So does that, as a property manager and working with the owner, I know you have X amount of dollars, should have X amount to the side. Has that kind of went down because of the dips?
It has. I mean, it has. It was hard for everybody. So what ended up happening is that some of the owners ended up depleting the owner accounts. So sometimes we just have to let the tenant know. Like at the moment, we don't know if it's going to get done. I mean, that's just, I had to be honest with them. I was like, we try to work out a solution. Now, I will say what I have done for my portfolios that I've managed for a while, and I know for a fact that these owners are going to be here. I mean, I went ahead and just front it. I'll go ahead and get it done.
Yeah, but those are based on relationships
with the tenant as well as relationships with the owners. I mean, it's just like a credit application. You kind of take into account both sides of it, and you kind of.
Now that's coming out of your cookie jar.
It does.
Yep.
And a lot of property managers are not going to do that. And again, this is a different platform, so we saying the real.
Right,
a lot of them are not going to do it at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Shit, that's depressing.
But see, my thing is that I put people first.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I wouldn't want nobody to treat my mama, my auntie, my sister like that. I don't want them to be in the cold. I don't want them, especially right now in the cold. Like, I can't do that.
Yeah, I feel you.
Well, it depends, because I believe in putting people out. So if they've been a-holes the whole time, like you said, I done walked up in there and I see a fleet of new Jordans that's like hard flying, new 75-inch TV. There go your rent money right there. So it's like, after I got that first time, I'm not getting got a second time. but she about to get got again because her tax return about to get took up again.
You still get this girl money.
She owed me like 10 bands, so I
You
got
still
9 more
taking
years.
tax returns?
Yep, until I get to my $2,000. So last year I got like 1,500 and something. So we filed in November for 2020. So I ain't forgot. And you got unemployment, girl. Get my bread.
Somebody said my TV only 50 inches and I have no joy.
I know that's right. That's me.
No,
I got my first pair in a long time that Asia hooked up for me.
Then if I go
put them on my feet.
if they got stainless steel appliances and they all the same brand, you rich. I don't care what you say.
And that refrigerator, I can't say it enough. That refrigerator is on full because it's like crab legs.
Dog, the
Well,
refrigerator
you can't. That ain't got nothing to do with money though, because that's them food stamps.
But you
I've
can
been
sell
good
them
last
damn
year.
food stamps.
Listen,
We
if
got
I stand
some
up,
right
y'all
now.
gonna tell. I'm gonna tell y'all I've been eating good.
I can't find nobody with a damn card. Plus, I don't like going to the grocery store. Shit.
Look,
You need to apply for your own card.
if your refrigerator full, your deep
Oh,
freezer
you too
full.
bougie for a bridge
I'm
card?
not saying I'm too bougie for a bridge. That is not what I said.
I'm not too bougie for a bridge card, so meet me right at Gresham Market Central.
Hey,
And because I need some turkey chop, I want some Amish turkey breast, and I want some turkey breast kebabs.
Yeah,
listen,
see,
this
I'm
summer
not,
we had a crab boil, all that stuff.
yeah, see, I don't even eat all that. You know, the kids on this healthy choice, they cook it right now and stuff. So, you know.
You got some great kids. I hope I have something like yours.
I mean, yeah, Mariah has the thing.
The little
where you
ingrates
just
in my house
put
don't do
spices
nothing.
in it, and she mashing up her own spices and shit. And she got an apron that says Mariah. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, she serious with it.
Oh yeah, they ordered meals offline, and Reg just kind of let them cook. And I'm talking like real entrees. I'm like,
I miss Reg. I cannot wait to see him.
I was so happy to hear him in the background. I was like, he's still over there. Hey,
oh
Reg.
yeah, he was putting some shit together last night for the office. Oh, we didn't change the whole layout. Y'all got to come up there. Oh, we didn't took it to another level. We about to get them 70 inches.
Oh,
Y'all just got y'all taxes.
Still gotta pay rent though.
so we got one that says, "How do you feel about Section 8 tenants that was huge during this pandemic as far as collecting rent?" Listen, let me tell y'all about Section 8, and I'm not opposed to it. It's a great program, but they were having a hard time too. Payments was coming in late for Section 8 tenants from the actual housing council. I'm not gonna name no places because that's not what it's for.
You're not gonna name no names.
You be like, it's the fifth. Where is money at? And then they won't answer the phone.
But don't they get their money from the state? So is it a trickle down?
It's a trickle down.
Funding
It's a trickle. It's from federal, state, county, then city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, federal, state, county, city, then like subcommittee. So, and again, I'm not gonna go into detail, but I just like everybody to know there's multiple sections of Section 8. They can be on state, which is Michigan. They can be on county, whatever county they applied in, Genesee, Livingston, Wayne. They can be on city, Detroit, Westland. They can be on a grant Section 8 program through some of the smaller, like the mom and baby program, the battered women's program,
wow.
on veterans program. It's called temporary. It's called it's called temporary. Yeah, temporary housing, temporary shelter payment.
Is COTS a part of that?
Huh?
Is COTS a part of that?
Yep.
COTS program.
That's temporary. It's all on a grant until they get permanent
housing. Okay.
Housing funding. Yeah.
Okay. 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 That makes sense.
That's why I tell you got to be careful and know what you're getting, because if it's a grant and they run out of money, you gonna put somebody out. Asia will, but.
Okay, so when you're accepting these different type of Section 8, you got to know what you're accepting, because
it
may be a temporary 6 month Section 8, and if these folks aren't doing what they need to do to apply for the long term, now you can just took in someone that don't have their shit together. In other words,
and now you got to put them out.
But if you do, if they know they on 6 months, can you just get them a 6 month lease?
You can do a month to month, yes, or a 6 month lease, but you don't know. That's the thing with the grant programs; they don't even know.
How you know? I mean, you saying it like you know. You don't know when you accept it.
I mean, yes. I mean, I know because
like that. She laughed, and she adding to it. I didn't even mean it like that.
No, but I'm saying I know because I ask. Like, is this a grant program? And mostly because since I work with them, I know that the different programs that they have and what they are. So if they say, well, I'm a part of the mom and baby program at Southwest Housing Solutions, I'm like, okay, I already know this is a grant program. Call the worker or the agency and like, hey, are you guys working on the grant? Are you state funded? We're working on the grant right now. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
All right, here go a question. Oh, my bad. Go ahead, Emma.
No, you go ahead.
Is there still rehab inventory in Detroit? Yes, if you got some money.
Yes, if you have some money. Let me tell. Today must be my day or something because I'm like,
are you on your soapbox?
Because I think I've been waiting for
right.
this for the longest. I think I've been waiting for it. And I say this with love. If you buy $1,000 house, and we say this a lot, it's gonna cost you more than $1,000 to fix it.
Stay away from $1,000 house.
Listen, it's.
This lady called me today. She just bought a house from the land bank, 3,000. She was so excited. Man, I didn't mean to hurt that lady feelings when I started talking. She like, well, can I back out? I was like, I don't know. Did you sign already? Because if you want it, I think you legally obligated to it. Because she said it's on Pacific Street. I don't even know where that's at. I think that's like
4204.
That's the hood.
That's the new no. What am I saying?
Can I get some main cross streets? I don't know no 482.
Yeah, over there for Twyman and 96.
Okay, I know where you at now.
Yeah, that's the new area. Like it's really popular over there.
What's new over there?
American Pacific.
Yeah, okay. I grew up.
That's where that Church of Chickens at off Grand River up in there, or further down.
I don't know. I don't even think there's no restaurants over there.
No, you're talking about,
what school is that? It's a school over there.
River.
I'm thinking Joy Road and Grand River.
Yeah, no. Over a little bit. I know where you at though, because I used to be able to walk. You know,
you did. Yep.
Everywhere.
Yep.
Yeah, that was my little stomping ground. Yeah, I'm from the hood. My bad.
Seabalt. Seabalt. Remember we went to go see that 4-unit on Seabalt, Asia? Well,
yeah.
You probably don't. It's like probably about a year. No, probably about 2 years ago now.
What period would say? He getting them 5 to 10 investor calls. Yes.
Yeah, like so. I told her I was like, because she said she called the water department to come. I was like, how they gonna install water? Ain't no meter in the house, and then they put lines to the meter. She like, what you mean? I was like, they have to have something to connect to. So that all they gonna do is tell you when they come back, oh, we can't do nothing because it ain't connected right. So I was like, she sent me the inspection report, so I'm gonna look over it tonight and get her a rough number. I was like, I ain't seen it yet, but you had 100,000. I already know because your cousins have been in there and took everything.
Yeah, and if it was a 3,000 boy, she probably don't even have damn title insurance. That's just the basic boy. So you even got to factor that in there.
Facts. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So you might as well go and add 1,500 on that. I'm sure we got to do that part. Wow. I didn't even know they were still doing $1,000 houses. I thought they was at least 5 to 10.
It don't matter if it's 5 to 10. Anything pretty much under
20.
Yeah, thank you. 25. I agree with that. You're gonna be at 60, 70, 80.
Sorry, y'all. I got a little background. I'm gonna grab my headphones.
Yeah.
I'm here. You come back.
You're gonna be up there. Like it's no way around it. And please stop hiring these people off of I don't know Backpage y'all be using. By the time y'all get to me and they be like, oh yeah, they supposed to be doing this work, ma'am. Nobody's been here. Like this house is still the way it looked when you bought it. And there's nobody been here.
Facts. I saw another question. Somebody he said my money's still green. Oh, money gonna always be green, especially when the money on the hood. It's gonna always be green, but just make sure you got some green money and checks that cash, that clear. But yeah, them $10,000 days is gone. Like my first flip, that was 2018. I bought the house for 5,000. That house now would cost me at least 15.
Probably 25.
Yeah, probably 25 now over there, cause that's on the Harper Woods border. He said my TV only 50 inches and I have no Jordans, but you pay your rent though. So we not talking about you.
What I just discovered is that my brother-in-law bought my nephews 50-inch TVs for their room. Oh. I'm like, I got a 55 in my living room. I thought I was doing something good. I was like,
rich. They is rich. The best I have 50
with UGG blankets. They got UGG blankets on their bed.
I just bought a TV for $319.
I can't say anything because the girls got a 55-inch in their room.
What happened to 32s and
Exactly.
what we had when we was little 13?
Yeah,
Like what happened to that?
yeah, the computer monitor is a 32.
With the VCR on the bottom. What happened to
Well,
that?
everybody, we know who has the money out in this
No,
group.
no, not at all.
Just the way she said it. No. I didn't want you to get this wrong. These are 55-inch Insignas. They're not Sony's. Okay.
I'm like, don't nobody get 32
You know
inches no
what?
more?
You ready today? I gotta come
I
at
am.
you.
I've been waiting for this. I'm telling you.
You ready today? You coming at me?
Right, he quick today.
Yes.
This is my 2021 me. Listen.
We got one Instagram question. Is it worth putting 100,000 into a neighborhood that's basically no value, or the value is only 70? Depending on the neighborhood, yeah, because the values are coming. It just ain't probably hit that neighborhood yet. Because the whole city is getting gentrified. It's just getting gentrified in phases.
So, from your professional opinion, Asia, what neighborhood? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, from your professional opinion, what neighborhood would be worth putting 100,000 in, where it's only a value of 70?
North End right is there right now, but the ARVs is coming up on the North End though. So like right now, you might buy a shell on the North End for 70,000 now.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, I try 100. There's one right now on Hort Street.
But that's a shell.
Asking 125.
And what's in there?
Nothing.
But like my neighborhood, 4214 West Village, shells going for 100,000. Like right now, I could sell Big Red for probably 125.
Damn.
And I done put probably 40 in there. That's just on the roof, all the brickwork, the porches, and demo on it.
Listen, it's one further down on Mac on Seaburn that they did a little bit of something too. That's on the market for 165,000. I had an offer put in on it, and we're negotiating it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's that where that church is. So what's that? Warren and Van Dyke?
Yeah, I think is that the beginning of Morningside?
No, I'm talking about this. This is not Warren. I'm sorry, Van Dyke and right off of 94, right past Kettering. What's the first major street you get to?
Oh yeah, that's getting gentrified because
it's already there. It's like a mile away from the Commons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My auntie used to go bowling over there, Harper Lanes. Is that their little matching jackets?
It's on Seaburn Street.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's another question from the gram?
I saw something about a recording of a deed or something. What was that?
Are you seeing stuff?
No, scroll on up or down.
Rhonda says,
"You're right.
That 5 to 10 sound like
this is a good one. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Where is that so I can highlight?
It says, this is from Jeff. It says, Emma, given current conditions, how long is the process to transfer my deed from one business to another? How long is this deed process, Emma?
If we're talking any county outside of Wayne or other than Wayne, it's about 2 weeks. Real talk. Macomb, Oakland, literally.
That ain't bad.
You know, because we're doing e-recording. So, you know, as long as it fits the guidelines, you slap it through the scanner, submit it through the third-party e-recording, and you get your recorded deed. If we're talking Wayne, our experience, DTE, when COVID first hit in March of last year, we tried to do some e-recording shortly thereafter, and partly maybe because everything has shut down, so folks wasn't working from behind the scenes, but it took us 6 months to get shit on record.
Wow.
And so we were kind of like, yeah, no, we're not going to do this e-recording thing. So when the county opened back up, all the staff was in there. Everybody was in there a different day with a different check, you know, because they wouldn't let, you know, they was blocking the title companies. We was like, okay, yeah, no problem. And now that the county is closed again, we're kind of waiting on the county to open back up versus doing e-recording. We've been forced to have to do a few things. And I'll say I'm 60 days in and I'm still waiting on a recorded document.
Damn.
Yeah. So, and that's the risk with, you know, title insurance, because you don't know what gaps are. You don't know what's out there in the gap.
Yep.
You know, so folks call us asking us if we could do e-recording, and the answer is no, because one, I can't guarantee you when I'm gonna get your recording. If you're trying to make some moves, I don't want you calling me every day, because it's out of control once I submit it through e-recording.
Yep.
But you know, they don't hear that part. You know.
Nope.
So unless it's related to a closing we're doing or deed service, we're not doing any special e-recordings because of that alone. The only good thing about it is if you do e-record, say you e-recorded in, what are we in, January? You e-recorded in December. Once you do get your recorded document, it'll be dated for whatever date took place in December. You just won't see it for a good amount of time, but that creates problems when you're trying to do your FHA loans, or you're trying to do your flips, or you're trying to get your utilities on, your water, your DTE.
Yes.
So to answer your question, Jeff, e-recording, my experience right now for Wayne is about 60 days. Now, in all the other counties, 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's a huge issue. I'm working with several people that's just like, I can't get water on because the water company is going bananas. They acting crazy.
But they should be able to take a bill of sale.
They should. That's what I tell people. I was like, your closing documents are your proof of purchase. I mean, and here's the other thing. The hardest part is also because the water company, if they know that it takes a while for the deed to get recorded, so they're so used to taking the property transfer affidavit.
Right.
You can't record that because they're closed too.
No, they're open.
No, they were closed. They're not taking any walk-ins.
Well, since when?
What you gotta do, appointment?
Because I have to. Last time I called, they were closed.
Maybe because that's Sweetie Detroit title.
Probably, but the general public, they're not taking.
Us common folks, they're not letting us come in.
No, I have to. That's why I've been emailing all of them to assessor@detroitmi.gov.
That part works, but city assessor's office, they finally opened the blight division back up.
Of course they did.
I still got rights that I'm still holding money for, unfortunately, but they just opened
can kick
back
rocks.
up.
I don't know if anybody on the blight on here, but y'all can kick rocks.
City assessor, blight, and I was just told, and I guess I'll find out on Monday, that they're in the process of opening the window back up where you can pay your taxes at the window.
Thank you, Rhonda. Yeah, that's exactly where you had to email it to, assessors@detroitmi.gov. They don't let the little folks like us, but they let Rich Emma in.
Why? Gotta be.
You pull up to the front in her Lincoln and say, "I'm here."
With 52-inch TVs in the back.
With her hater blockers on her Mary J. Blige hater blockers. I'm here, y'all. I got a stack for y'all.
This is what we're doing today.
Yeah, I've been waiting to come for you for a long time.
Jeff, when did we close on Westbrook? Because the deed may be on record. I may just need to have somebody send it to me.
That was like a year ago.
Yeah, no, it's on record. It's got to be there.
Record.
That was like end of 2019.
Oh, that's on record. I thought I sent that deed. Jeff, check your email. Check spam. Get it sent again.
Yeah, you should have got that. That's been, that was end of 19 because Westbrook.
Yeah, no, you good on that. I thought you was talking about some recent stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, is my funding program off the ground? Yeah, so I did my onboarding contractor meeting today. So if you on my email list, I will be sending out emails in the next few days about how you can apply. So y'all gonna get y'all pre-approvals, and then I can come bid it and get rolling.
What's this funding program? What are you talking about? That just went over my head. Jason, can I have a drink? They coming at me today.
Yep.
Oh, you got help? You got the help bring you drinks?
No, I got the owner. The owner up in this piece. Don't be.
Excuse me, boy. I need a drink.
He turned around and said, "Did you call him to help?"
I'm sorry, the owner. You still got somebody bringing you drinks. I gotta get him to get my own drink.
Jason said he gotta meet you one time.
Tell him I'm sorry. I didn't mean no disrespect.
Oh no, Emma does not have a butler. What are y'all
doing? We gotta get you that little bell from the Cosby Show when he was sick.
You know what?
Red said you got a butler.
I'm not feeling y'all right now. Put the bell down. No. This is owner to owner. I can't stand y'all right now. Now, what is this loan funding program again?
Oh, so it's through I ain't gonna say who it's through because I don't know nobody go around me. But they approve up to 100,000 if your credit is a 680 or better. Even if you have a 500, they'll do up to 50,000. If you got a 680 or better, you can get a 0% interest credit card for 18 months for the difference up to 40,000. So that's 140,000 right there that you basically can get. But I got to do the work.
And is this secured, unsecured?
It's unsecured.
Oh well, shit. Let me get my application on over to you.
Ain't no ARV,
Absolutely.
ain't none of that. So whatever my bid is, if you get approved for it, we rocking and rolling.
All right, I'll hit you up offline.
Yes, ma'am.
Goss.
All right, anything on Claremont? I don't have anything on Claremont, but if I did, I wouldn't sell it.
No,
That's
not at
the
all.
HP area, right? Or that's borderline Detroit HP.
No, that's
I'm in still.
yeah, but that's the Dexter Linwood,
Oh, duh. Claremont, that part. Okay, Dexter.
Yeah.
Dexter Linwood, the
North
Live,
Virginia. That's
Oh,
all.
you know who
LaSalle
got
Garden
some,
area.
you know who got some stuff over there?
Who?
Leonard Pickard.
LP.
I don't know. No, I don't
Let me
think.
tell you something. That Lexus, that's hot. I want
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Oh, he got
Yes.
a Lexus?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead. I don't know him, but
Got
that's
a LS. It's nice.
Oh yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
fancy.
Yeah,
I
but no,
walked in there. I'm like, what Lexus is that outside?
yeah, you talking about when you came in and freeload on our internet that day?
Yep.
But yeah, he always got some stuff going on.
No,
Okay, hold on, y'all. Let's do this.
house.
Marcus meet Jeff. Jeff meet Marcus.
That's your
Jeff
tenant.
is,
That's your
is
owner.
the owner of Westbrook. So Marcus, your landlord, is in this group chat. Okay,
Right. He get confused. Like, what's going on?
and
So,
I'm the middleman. Like,
right, me too. So Jeff meet your tenant. Tenant meet your
Oh,
owner.
you got it in my glass. I know they about to talk shit. I don't know. They oh. Look,
somebody
y'all.
said, Asia, do you
y'all,
do new builds?
Look what I drink out of when I'm here.
Fancy.
Y'all don't be ready. It got my name.
Is your name? Is it an E on there for Emma?
No, it's the title guru EE.
Oh,
With the one
Fancy.
big Q.
this how rich I am. Plastic cup. From the corner store. This is a 10-cent cup. This ain't even a red cup. This is a 10-cent one.
I just got my big gulp full of water.
You didn't put your name on it.
Well, everybody in the house got different colors, so they know who stuff is what.
Right.
You said somebody asked me, do I do new builds? Not
Uh-huh.
yet, but I plan on it. I always like to practice on my own stuff first before I start doing other clients. So the first new build I'm gonna do gonna be on Cadillac and Kirchville because I got a that land behind it where I can build a 2-unit on it. So that's my goal. Now, if somebody want to go in on it with me and you go and get approved for that 100,000, and then I only gotta fund the difference, we can work that out.
Now, I mean, is it a lot of new builds going on right now in the city because of COVID and everything that's happening?
Commercial, yeah, but I ain't seen no residential new build.
Commercial mixed use or just straight up commercial? Like
Well, the one they built by me on Van Dyke and Kirchville, that's look like it's gonna be stores on the bottom and lofts or whatever up top.
Okay.
And then, who calling somebody?
Me. Sorry, y'all.
We gonna mute you.
No, I'm mute.
That part.
We don't want to hear your conversation.
I see something else about funding. I missed a chance to connect when I had 180 of business credit.
Oh, he muted himself.
You said,
Wait, what you say, Emma?
what were you saying?
Oh, I was trying to unmute Marcus, but he muted himself.
I muted myself.
No, Sean Fields said something about funding.
I missed a chance to connect with the team. Business credit funding grows. I know what the hell to do with it. What a waste. Dang.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
First of all, Philly is dope. We had a great time in Philly.
Yeah, I want to come back. Philly is dope.
Yeah.
Can I go to Philly with you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Only thing I don't like about Philly, your houses too close to each other.
We had to cut. The neighbors we had to cut.
Yeah.
Cut
But that's one thing I love about Detroit. When I travel to other places, it made me respect Detroit more. Like, we have yards. Like, other places do not have a backyard or a front yard. Like, we have super yardage. Like, you can have a whole wedding in your backyard if you wanted to in the city. And the houses are spaced out. Like, it's like real private here. Like, there and where I just in Chicago, like, it's just too much. I was like, I'm ready to go home. But he said he had a 180K in business credit. Oh, you could have did a lot with that. You can't. Can you get the credit back? Like, is it still open to you? Is this Jason Cole, Detroit Jason Cole? What up? He's the man, y'all. Like I don't know if he ain't really big on internet like that. He need to be though.
Who,
Maybe
Jason?
I'm at to bring you on, Jason, because people need to know who you are, sir.
Maxine said that South Philly is like that. North Philly isn't that tight. We didn't make it in North Philly. We didn't make it actually anywhere, honestly.
No, we didn't. All we did was sit at that
We
table.
worked at the dining room table.
Right. I went and did the Cole event and came back, and we had our event at the house, and that was it.
Yeah. That's all we did was work and network.
Yeah.
I guess that's what we do.
We're coming back though.
Let me put my email list in the comments.
Don't have any other comments or questions about what's going on in the city?
Yeah, Sean said, I just saw on your website that you work with long distance. Yeah, most of my clients are out of state.
All of my clients are out of state.
They're out the country. I just started doing homeowners. I probably done did 5 homeowners in the 10 years I've been in business. Mostly everybody is investors or out of state or out the country.
Yep.
How long you been here, Emma?
Oh, she said Maxine said she came to the event in Philly.
To the one we had at the condo or to Better Than Success?
She said I came to the house event in Philly.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So that was the one at the condo then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna do something similar to that when we do the live one in Orlando. But y'all gonna be able to be with us like the whole.
Let me tell y'all, if you can make it to Orlando and be here, we had a dope Airbnb. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna start posting it when I start.
We're not judges. We're gonna have our kids with us.
Oh.
Yeah, him and my sister and them gonna be on family duty, so the house will be quiet.
Yeah, not Reg, but Maddie already got it in her calendar. She got the
Jalen do too. She invited the whole family.
Mel, I thought you was coming up here. Bearded one.
I'm trying to find my direct link for people to sign up. Oh, here you go. Join Cash Buyers list. I had to go to my link tree.
Orlando again, June the 20th.
Hold on, let me pull it up. Yeah. I gotta put it on Eventbrite. It ain't on there yet.
Okay.
June the 26th.
26th, okay.
Yep. 10 a.m. till we get sleepy and put y'all out.
That's how Philly went.
Facts. All right, y'all. I'm ready to go sleep. Gotta go. All right, let me put this here. Sign up here for. Well, I'm timing out. On the ground. Let's see if we got any more questions on the ground.
We got a whole nother hour, y'all. Ask us some stuff or some stuff.
Well, this till 9 o'clock?
Yeah, I thought it was.
7 to 9 or till we don't have no more questions and get up off here.
Oh, shoot. I thought it was till 8. I was like, okay, I got 6 minutes. I'm going to have to refresh my drink.
That's to do what?
Gotta refresh your drink. All right, so I just put the link in the chat on YouTube for y'all to sign up for my cash buyer list. So the email will be going out to that list in a couple of days for the financing with more details, but it's pretty dope. We call them row homes, yeah. And then y'all build up. So like that house had so many damn stairs. I'm
it was like 4 levels, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm like, this is doing the absolute most.
Yeah, that was a lot. That part was a lot. I think that's why we stayed at that one table downstairs.
Right, because I was upstairs.
Was. The kitchen and the table, that was it.
It was one little table downstairs. Crazy. But no, it was fun. It was fun times.
All right, Emma, we got a question for you. What are some of the common scenarios where you advise a quiet title for a transaction?
Oh, well, just to be clear, quiet title does not cure all. So when I get those calling me saying, mom passed away and I want to get the property and I don't want to go through probate, or auntie passed away, I want to do a quiet title, it doesn't work like that. Or land contract, maybe a 20-year-old land contract, you didn't get a deed fulfilling your obligation, but you have stepped into the seller's shoes and now you're trying to sell, but you don't have that deed from the previous owner. A land contract doesn't always cure things like that. Land contract is to take care of erroneous deeds, fraudulent deeds, which is popular in That's a common title defect in Wayne County in Detroit right now. Some of the other surrounding cities, but it's more common in Detroit, especially post-closing tax foreclosure. What I mean by that is a lot of folks buy their properties from the tax foreclosure. So of course they've gone through that process, and maybe it's an out-of-state investor, and you have someone that's been watching their house and haven't seen a lot of activity. So they'll go and record a deed against it. And because the county doesn't require certain stipulations, if the deed meet recording guidelines, it gets on record, but it's a fraudulent deed. The only way that you can restore title back to the original owner would be a quiet title in a case like that. A lot of folks call me and say, well, I just bought a tax foreclosure property, and my title company that I'm dealing with is saying that I have to do a quiet title. Yeah, 10 years ago that was the case, but that's not the case now. Only under certain circumstances, based on underwriter guidelines. If it was a total foreclosure muck-up, meaning that the county did not totally missed noticing someone before they got their judgment, then we would be looking at a quiet title for the purpose of making sure that that person was properly notified. But it's so many caveats now, so many roundabout ways to be able to get around ensuring a tax foreclosure without having to do a quiet title. Other cases where a quiet title may come into play, and when I say we, I mean my partners and I at Detroit Title, we don't like it a lot, but if you purchased a property and didn't know it was a mortgage on there, and that mortgage company is out of business, but there's no release because it's not 30 plus years, you may end up having to do a quiet title. But the thing with that is, be careful when you're doing a quiet title, because you may do what we call waking a sleeping giant.
Yep.
Because the moment you go to start that suit, part of doing your quiet is you have to do advertising, you have to send notices, you have to put folks on alert. And when you go putting folks on alert that there might be some money in the game, someone may answer your complaint. So now what you thought was going to be a slam dunk, if they answer the complaint, now you got money because you got to deal with your attorney, because you got to pay him or her for what you thought was going to be a flat fee, but now it's a retainer hourly fee. And then they may find out that they still got some skin in the game. And when I say they, I'm referring to that particular lender. And they may say, we'll sign a discharge, or we'll settle this quiet title case in court, but we want X amount of dollars. So, quiet titles, again, don't cure everything. Be careful with them. Some stuff, it has to work itself out by way of deed transfers, by way of discharges. Then other stuff, you can do a quiet, but those are the most common things that people call me wanting to do a quiet for. You can't do a quiet for someone that's deceased and you didn't get a deed for them either. You got to go to probate. There's no way around that.
And please hire a probate attorney to help you.
Please, you know what, Marcus, I agree with you and I disagree with you.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because if you're someone that's paperwork savvy and you on top of your shit and you follow instructions and you read and you do all that, I honestly can say Wayne County Probate on the website has probably one of the most informative sites that I've seen in a very long time for a segment of Wayne County and what they do. Okay. And I've seen quite a few people, and let me put it like this: it's probably because it was straightforward probates. It didn't involve creditors. It didn't involve a whole lot of family members and things like that, which is maybe why the people that I worked with was able to do that without an attorney.
Okay.
You're right in the sense where if you got all the brothers and sisters trying to get a piece of the pie, you got the damn house in the Boston Edisons, and you got the 2 cars and the 70 inches, and you got the property. Yeah, you do. You definitely need an attorney. Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you for checking me. I'll take that humbly.
It was a low-key check. It was this small.
I love it.
This small. That's small. That's small right there.
Somebody says, are you guys familiar with adverse process? If so, can you elaborate on it?
You mean adverse
process or adverse possession?
Yeah, we're on the same page right there. That's that old school. What do you mean?
First of all, adverse possession is that don't really exist here. I mean, you can squat.
What is that?
When
who don't know?
Basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, Emma, it's somebody takes a house and they just want to make it theirs. I mean, that's just a simple process. They move in and live in it over time. They fix it up. There was a popular news story about this lady that moved into a house in the Boston Edison area, and she fixed it up and paid the taxes and she put a lien against it, saying that since she took care of it, nobody else did. It was hers. It's not
Yeah,
hers.
no, thank you for paying my taxes.
Thank you.
Thank you for fixing my
Oh, and
house up.
let's put that on the record too. Oh, let me put this down. It's a letter opener. People don't think I'm crazy. Um, if you pay you cannot get somebody's house just by paying the taxes.
Now
Recently,
that
just
goes to tax deeds.
yeah, we are not a tax deed state,
Thank
right,
you.
Emma?
Hey, right, you're
We're
right.
not a tax deed state, so
We
you
used to
cannot
be.
pay
Wait, wait,
somebody's taxes and own their house. You know how many calls I get? Yeah, I just paid these taxes, and this lady said she's not getting out because you don't own the house.
exactly. But thank you for paying my taxes.
Thank you. Thank
Correct.
you very much.
Thank you for maintaining my house. But because you've been in here for a few years does not give you adverse possession. We're talking something in the case of 40 plus years. And then even still with something like that, you have to take that to court, you know?
Yep.
And it's a matter of a judge vesting title by way of a court order. You know, and I mean, it's for long as I've been doing it. I think I only seen it one time, but that was something that was probably over 60 years. And again, it was in connection with a land contract that we didn't have a deed to fulfill. And that was the attorney's argument. So,
Recently, I have seen this. It's a crazy situation with a client and a house. Somebody did file a fraudulent deed. They paid the taxes, and they actually found an attorney that helped them file a motion to try to quiet the title
mm-hmm,
and take the property by adverse possession.
mm-hmm. And
And they almost got it.
and you know what? And I mean, and in some cases it may slide through because some title companies, when you get a judgment, not all, but some don't look at all the filings and everything that
That's
the attorneys do, everyone that you have to send notices to in your advertisements. They just take the judgment for face value. They don't look at the court dockets and the attorney's due diligence behind it to make sure that everything was done up to par to get there. And then there's other cases where sometimes those things, because there's always a period after you've been awarded, after you get your judgment, there's still an appeal process.
Yep.
I think it's like 21 days or something.
It is 21 days.
So people like to run, oh, I got my judgment, I'm ready to go. Well, yeah, you got your judgment, but that person still has 21 days to contest that. So depending on the circumstances with some of these judgments, when they come through us, we're like, yeah, that looks good, but we're still in the appeal process. So we need to wait.
Mm-hmm.
But the only reason why they almost got in this last deal, they almost got it, was because they couldn't provide the ID of the original owner during the signature process. But it came through, it prevailed. They found the original owner, got an affidavit signed by the attorney. Boom, we out of there.
Now, what I will tell you guys is on the rise, and this is separate from the question. Hopefully, we did answer your question, Mel. But I'll tell you, about 7 to 10 days ago, within a 2 to 3 day time span, I had 3 deals come across my table where it was squatters in there. They all had done fraudulent deeds. On one of the scenarios, the guy didn't do a title search before he gave the squatter earnest money deposit. and then he called me after the fact, talking about, something didn't seem right because she wanted to hurry up and close. And the reason I'm bringing it up is because a lot of people get mad at us when we say, and these were recently recorded deeds. So for us as a title professional, when we get a deal to come through our door, and if it's a quick claim deed that wasn't involved with another title company or an attorney, we question it. We question the validity of it. We question the authenticity of it. Or we just want to know, well, where are the parties at to sign this deed? And the reason we do that is because of situations where it turns out being a fraudulent deed, And I tell you, within the last 7 to 10 days, we had 3 of them where each time the deed was fraudulent. One of them, the lady that forged the deed, my man that gave a deposit, we pulled title. It was 2 blanket mortgages on there. So the true owner had mortgages with the current bank for like 1.5 million.
Wow.
Because he had it was a collateral loan.
So he had a package of properties that
a blanket mortgage.
Yeah.
And so and that was the trigger right there. So we're going back to this supposed to be owner, and we're like, well, yeah, you need to put me in touch with ABC because he's going to have to get us partial releases for the mortgages. She's like, oh, well, no, they're paid off. Yeah, we're talking about 1.5 million.
Right,
So,
not $15.
Exactly.
right, you know, but the unfortunate thing was my man's didn't gave her an EMD. Ain't getting no, you ain't getting no EMD back. Now you want to call me after you done gave the EMD, talking about it don't fit well in your stomach. It shouldn't have fit well in your stomach before you got your title search.
You wouldn't believe. You wouldn't.
I know.
It takes. I'm a licensed professional. I can give you a business card. I done showed you houses, and I'm like, now it's time to place your EMD in escrow. They like, what you need money from me for? What?
Yeah, but fraud is back on the rise. I mean, it's
It
back on
is.
the rise heavy.
It is.
I wonder what changed it though. Like, what made it kind of make a comeback to where
the same thing that we do. And I mean, and it's not throwing shade to anybody, but when we up at night, when you text me at 3 a.m, that's because you up doing some research on how to invest in your business, how to do shit legit, how to make some shit happen. You got those on the other side saying, I'm about to outwit the wit and figure out how I'm going to create some shit to get it the fraudulent way. So they
Here's another.
the shit.
Here's another one too. That's speaking of fraud. And Section 8. And Section 8. And Section 8. You got to be careful. Again, owners, other property managers. It is a Section 8 scam that's going out where they have the vouchers that they're filling out and they're submitting. So it's people that stand by the phone, set up emails that's supposed to be a part of Section 8 or whatever organization, and they are getting owners and landlords with that situation. So please make sure you call the housing commissions and verify the person that's supposed to work for them. I know people work remotely, but you can still get verification. You can also call the HUD office in Detroit. It's downtown. I can't remember the name of it right now, but you can also call the main office. Where's that lady name at? I want to say I'll get her information later, but you can also call and verify any housing counselor and or agency. So be careful of that.
Later, and I'll put it in the comment.
Yeah, I'm gonna find it.
Now, when you say getting the owner, are you saying in the sense that they getting the owner's bank information, or they just
they're getting the owner or property manager's bank information because, of course, they're sending over the form for the W-9 for direct deposit. Also, their the voucher is not real, so you'll never get paid. You'll never get any money.
But you giving someone access to this house.
Correct. You'll never get a payment from this housing counselor because it doesn't exist and their file doesn't exist.
So they're gonna be in your house basically 60 days by the time you figure it out, and then you wait.
Oh,
and actually, it could be longer than that because sometimes it can take up to 60 to 90 days for you to get your first payment. I mean, usually they try to be prompt with it, but still, you got to be careful out there.
So they got somebody sitting by the phone, fucking waiting on these phone calls.
Yep.
So that they can answer them to keep prolonging the
absolutely.
The process out.
Even emails.
Wow.
So again, they up late with us when we up.
Right.
And my thing is this: I always say like this: if you see a Gmail account for a housing counselor, I don't trust it. They shouldn't have a Gmail account. They should have an @ whatever company that is.
Or .org or some shit like that.
Yeah, but that don't sound right. Somebody said, is buying the subject to a legit acquisition? Subject to is the same as land contract, right? In a sense.
No.
It's different? Okay.
Mm-hmm. You want to take that, Marcus, or you want me to? Does the silence mean you want me to?
He muted.
I'm on mute.
So you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. You start first.
Well, a subject to, if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, where folks out here right now buying these houses subject to the current or the underlying mortgage that's on title. So that's when I hear subject to in the investor industry. It's basically you found a good deal that that you found maybe a seller or an owner that's in a hardship position, or they didn't fell behind on a few payments, but you see a good ROI on this property. And so you go ahead and purchase the property from them outright, meaning that they're going to give you a deed, but it's going to be subject to their mortgage. So that mortgage is out there. So you now have stepped into the shoes of paying that owner/borrower's mortgage, maintaining it, until you find a buyer to be able to flip it to with enough value in your sale to pay off the mortgage and get whatever the excess was. So your title policy will be subject to that mortgage, but you still have ownership, you still have control of the property, taxes, everything is paid with the exception of paying off the mortgage, if that's what your question was.
I guess that's what their question was.
Now, with respect to a land contract, that's a totally different thing, Asia. That's me basically entering into an agreement to pay you over time to receive a deed, a warranty deed, giving me full fee simple ownership of the property once I fulfill whatever our timeline is on the land contract. So what gives me an interest is the correct way of doing it is recording a memorandum of land contract, which puts everyone on notice that I have an equity interest in this property. Unlike a lease, unlike a rental, the moment that memorandum gets recorded pursuant to my land contract, I put my money down, my down payment, I start making my payments, I start improvements, I have equity interest in my home that over time I'm paying off. Once I fulfill that payment obligation, you're gonna give me my deed. So it's
Right.
different. With the land contract, and we talked about it in our last class, and Reggie on here, with the land contract, once the memorandum is on record as a land contract, you can't just put me out if I miss some payments. One, I got equity. Two, you're gonna have to take me through a full land contract foreclosure process.
Can you say that again?
Oh, the part about the equity. One, I got equity.
No, the number 2.
Two, you're gonna have to take me through a full land contract
Say it
foreclosure
again.
process. Dog.
Because I want people to hear. They'll be like, can we just evict them? No, you
No,
cannot.
absolutely not.
But they got 6 months to redeem themselves, right? Just like a mortgage.
Absolutely. You still got to.
Or you can give me some of my money and we can come to an agreement and I'm gonna give you a deed in lieu of. One of the two. But what you're not about to do is put me up out of my shit that I got an equity interest in. I'm gonna say it one more time. One, you cannot foreclose on me as a regular just evicting me. You have to go through a land contract foreclosure process.
And it doesn't matter even if it is a rent to own. If it looks like a land contract, walks like a land contract, it's a land contract.
So I have an equity.
If it ain't a lease, it's a land contract.
I have an equity interest. So for
I don't care what title you put on top of it, it's a land contract.
So for those of you that are out here saying, "Oh, I'm in a land contract," if you don't take your ass down there and record that memorandum of land contract to protect your interest, you need to perfect your interest. You need to let people know that you have a recorded interest in this property. Because if you don't, and that property got some equity in it, and that owner found out that they can go and get a mortgage, and they ain't got to tell somebody that you got to record it, that you have an interest because you ain't record shit, shame on you. You should be calling me to do your closing. I'm just saying, my juice is sitting there now.
All right, Maxine says she know 2 people this happened to. One of them the Fed. Oh, about the squat and stuff. Yeah, that sucks. All right, Reggie P said, Emma, can you talk about LLCs when selling a property? I see plenty of investors not having the proper paperwork needed to close.
Oh my God.
Operating agreements, corporate resolution. That's a fact. When I did my first one under my LLC, I didn't know none of that. But I Googled it and figured it out because I was like, they ain't about to cuss me out.
Look at my face, y'all. Look at my
How about Emma? How about the international investors?
Look at my face.
They the worst. They the worst.
It's not that they the worst. It's just that they don't understand because they were
Nobody explained it to them.
The expectations wasn't set up correctly. I'm
That's
always
true.
politically correct with whatever I say, because those are my clients, But people don't understand, especially if you're paying cash or you're buying a property on land contract and you're using your LLC and you're going through a title company. In order for us to give you a policy, you must have your corporation, LLC, partnership, whatever it is, duly filed with whatever state you set it up in. So if you're in Nevada, you need to have articles. If you're in Michigan, we need to be able to go on law. If you're in Florida, I think it's Florida.inc or wherever it's at, you have to be a duly filed business of whatever sort in order for us to give you a policy. If you say I'm gonna put it in my trust, if a title company is doing their job correctly, they want to see the first and the last page of the trust.
Yep.
Because they want to set the title work up correctly and they want to set the deed up correctly. You can tell me all day long it's Mary Jane Trust, but you forgot to say under trust agreement dated blah blah blah. So now I just gave you an incomplete product. So when you're buying and you're paying cash, all we really want to see is that you're duly filed in whatever state. We don't need operating agreements. We don't need any of that yet, unless you want to go volunteering information. If you give us an operating agreement and we read it, and we see that it says something about where one guy can't do something without the other guy, you just opened up a can of worms.
Yep.
Now I need everybody. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes less is more. When you're buying and you're paying cash and you're doing a land contract. If you're buying and you're getting a mortgage, then yeah, we need to see your business operating agreement and everything, because we need to know that you have the authority to pledge that property. Hold on to that. I'll come back to it. Now, going back to the cashes and the land contracts, as I stated, this is what you need. Whatever you give us, whatever name you tell us, we verify it with that particular state. We put the deed in that name. We put the title in that name. That's who we're insuring. Flip side, now you're ready to sell.
Yep.
Okay, this is where the expectations are lost, or they're not set up front. And it's not so much with the title company, because we just assume, you know, you in the game, you buying, you flipping, you got a CPA, you got an attorney. Our perception is, oh, you got your team, they telling you what you need to do, hands up, that part. Where people miss it at is, now we need to know that you have the authority as an operating officer of that business entity. If it's an LLC, you should have an operating agreement. Most LLCs have managers and members. If it's a corporation, you should have bylaws and a resolution. And when you come into the table talking about you selling, your resolution should be a current resolution with the meeting of the board members, the vice president, the president, the director, the trustee, etc. Now, that may not always be the case, but those are the officers in a corporation. If you're a trust, now you got to come with the whole trust, because now we need to see who the trustees are, who the successor trustees are. You know what I'm saying? We need the whole Bible. If there's amendments to the trust, we need those. If you're buying in a partnership, we need the damn partnership agreement. We need to know who all the partners are. Now, what y'all like to do is y'all like to take it and make it more complicated by taking the LLC, making a manager an LLC, and then getting mad because we say, well, now we need to see that LLC. Well, you made that manager an LLC. You know, so now we need to see that. The reason being is because you're disposing of real estate. Now you're about to receive money. As the title company, our job is to make sure whomever is sending that paperwork to us, talking, I'm about to sign this deed and I want this high 80,000. You are an officer of that LLC or of that entity to be able to make those business decisions, because you got to do it when you go to the bank to open up the bank account. You got to show that it's an active LLC, who the officers are. You can't just walk in there and say, here go my paperwork.
You can for some of them, though.
You can, but I wasn't going to even go there. I wasn't going to even
go
there. Not today. But my point is, as the title company, we have to make sure that whomever are signing these documents have been given the authority to do so. Sometimes people think because they're the resident agent that they can just run shit. No, don't be the resident agent. You are not one of the officers of that LLC. You are not a manager. You're not a member.
You just a mailman.
You may have been given the authority to do certain things, but the one thing that was left out was the authority to sell. You might have been given the authority as a property manager to do banking deposits, to collect rent, to write collection letters, but you damn sure wasn't given the authority to handle the disposal of that property, you know? And so what happens is, we need those docs, we get pushback, get us operating agreement, because you got 3 members on it. Who signed it? Then what we run into is you get us the operating agreement, we got everything, you don't have a damn bank account set up. You don't have a bank account.
Emma, they don't have no tax ID number either.
Oh yeah, don't have no tax ID number either. You forgot.
And that's because they don't have a bank account, because whomever that they went to get their shit set up didn't set it up correctly. So now you don't tell me that you don't have a bank account, and we didn't get past the operating agreement. We didn't establish you can make order sign, and now the check is made out to ABC LLC. Reason being is because ABC LLC is the owner of the real estate based on the deed, not John.
But I signed, Emma. I signed. You can't put it in my name. Put it in my name.
No, get out my office with that. Get out the red room with that.
Come on, nah. You know me.
Get out the red room with that. My man's over here talking about he's about to leave. He had grabbed his little bag and shit. He looked up like, who's she talking to? What's that? We on Detroit Talk Live on YouTube and Instagram. What's the topic? Anything in Detroit real estate related right now.
What up, though?
What up, though?
And it's called What Up, Though. My bad. What up, though? What up, though? That part.
So Detroit, I love it.
So back to what I'm saying. So you don't have a tax ID number, and you don't have a bank account, but you done went through and set the law up and everything. Now you want me to pay this check to you, and now you mad at me because I cannot pay the check to you. The reason I can't pay the check to you is because you, as an individual, John, don't own the real estate. Your LLC does.
Yeah.
And on top of the fact, you ain't even a sole member LLC. You ain't a one operating business. You got partners. So if I decided to take that check, cut that money to you, you don't put it in the damn bank, in the LLC bank account. You take it and put it in your account and keep it moving up Ford Road. Now your partner's gonna come back at me. They're gonna come back looking at me. So guess what? At the end of the day, when you go setting these LLCs up, these partnership agreements up, these trusts up, these corporations up, you need to make sure you get your proper tax ID numbers. You need to make sure that you get your bank account set up. Because if you don't, you're going to get pushback from any reputable title company. Because at the end of the day, the moment I do something out of the guidelines that I just outlined, it's my license on the line. Yep. With the underwriter.
Yeah.
And your ass up Ford Road with the money. Not gonna happen on our watch. Did I answer your question, Reggie?
I think so.
I got a little upset, y'all. I got a little upset.
I think that's that passion talking.
That's that experience talking.
Right. All right, same energy to do fraud could have been the same energy to go legit. Facts.
That part. Period.
All right, so Maxine said they found out when they went to open the house that they when they let her and her contractor in, the kitchen was completely gutted and it looked like they started reframing it. So they moved in and started squatting and gonna start doing some work.
Them are the best ones. When I walk in houses that they start to do work in it, like, thank you. Like, I ain't even got to pay for a dumpster no more.
Especially if they already did a demo, you just saved me 10 bands.
Exactly.
So let me ask you.
Go ahead, Emma.
So do y'all still do because I got folks that call us, and one thing that we don't do, and this is for the audience, and Emma cool as hell, but Emma ain't crossing no lines, is about to violate client privacy or business reputation or jeopardy. But I get clients calling talking about, yeah, I got business for you. I want to send you the list. I don't have a list. I'm sorry. You can come to one of the meetings. You can come to a networking event. You can jump on the
list of what?
Get on Zoom.
Right. List to do what?
You can follow me on the Facebook. But what you're not about to get from me is a list. Now, I say that to say that folks be like, they look for owners or they look for people on PropStream. I don't know them all. That's why I'm at. All I know is the PropStream and some of the others. What do people do to find people when they get these lists?
I get my deals through word of mouth, the good old fashioned newspaper. Because the newspaper got the best deals, because that's where all the old people putting their shit still, because they don't know nothing about no damn internet. I mean, that's the truth. What else? Them little monitor magazines across the city, them be having good deals, and the people be sleeping on them. What else I get there? I got a website that I got an SEO guy that targets certain keywords for me, so that's how I get a lot of my deals too. And word of mouth always wins too.
Word of mouth over here.
Yeah.
I don't have a list. And first of all, there is no Section 8 list. Like, stop asking. Don't do that. I give you guys that. Like, what's the Section 8 list? Ain't no Section 8 list. That's not it don't exist. Okay.
Somebody said in 48204. Ain't that the red zone or is that 205?
No, red zone is 205. 48204 is that house where you were talking about, Pacific area.
Okay. They said a firm just bought 8 houses on 2 blocks on Pinehurst. Any thoughts? They're good.
Matter of fact, 48204 is where you had your first house at, you and Mar. Cloverline, that over there.
Shows is my zip code.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nice. Depending on what part you're on, it's still nice.
Is off of West Chicago, between West Chicago and Joy Road.
Yeah, that little pocket straight. They
Ohio, Pinehurst, all of them.
They said they gutting and re-roofing them all right now with the quickness to rent. Same company that started the Charlotte bubble. Yeah, that's the neighborhood because there's a lot of elderly people over there. Everything is brick. I don't think there's no frame over there.
Not many. Nope, I have one over there too.
They either 2-bedroom ranches or well with a basement or bungalows.
Yep, 3 bungalow.
It's a couple colonials, but not many. But yeah, I like that neighborhood. I did my first rent to own over there.
I should have kept my house over there.
I was gonna move in it today. Was like, we gonna rent it from you. I'm like, I like that income. The
What?
Michael Kelly evicting people that had land contracts like tenants. Whoa, I didn't know about that.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that was a big story a while ago.
yeah.
That was here.
Yeah,
He's been doing some sales though. We've been having to clean up some old land contracts and stuff, but he's had judgments on the ones that we've done. Um, when I saw he was back in the newspaper again. I don't really know for what. I didn't read the article, but for the ones we've done so far, they've been bona fide sales.
Oh, I gotta look him up.
But
Somebody
shit,
said,
Michael been around for a minute, man. Michael was back
yeah, for quite a while.
when Michigan, Marcus, Michael was back when you could get a tax deed interest. I mean, that was his shit. You know what I'm saying?
he old school.
It was him and another cat. Every tax deed that came through was Michael Kelly and someone else.
Him, Michael Kelly and Herb Strathers were like the two biggest ones that were doing a lot of that stuff back in the day, from what I remember. For tax deeds.
Yeah, but then we, casually, what? Hey, I'm on a little piece of live right now. Don't say the wrong thing. I'm on a piece of live. Nationwide. Don't say.
I'm having a business call right now.
Right, business.
He came in waving and talking about, and I'm like, ooh, yeah, no, not right now.
So somebody asked, what's a good area to buy multifamilies in?
Davison.
Right now, it is that Dexter Davison area.
I'm gonna grab my charger. I'll be right back, y'all.
That's like pretty much one of the best, or it's some in Grandmont, Rosedale area, but mostly Grandmont. But just know, okay, when you guys purchase these multifamilies, they need a significant amount of work.
Right. Minimum 150. That's the bare minimum. Because think about it. If you got a 2-unit or a 4-unit, everything is double or quadruple. So that's 4 furnaces, 4 hot water tanks, 4 tubs, 4 kitchens, 4 bathrooms. So, you got to think on that level. And I only do permanent work. And a lot of people be like, well, I don't want a permit. But a permit protects me as the contractor, which means I'm going to perform what I'm contracted to do, and you're going to pay me. And then if you don't pay me, I can do my lien rights. Well, I can do my lien rights regardless, but that'll enforce my lien rights and I can sue. On the flip side, if you pay me and I don't do what I'm supposed to do, then you can sue me with no problem. So the permit kind of protects you. Some people be like, oh, well, I pull a homeowner's permit. Okay, so if Billy and them run off with your bread and don't do the job, who you going to sue? Yourself? Because technically in the state of Michigan, anything over $600, you're supposed to hire a licensed contractor anyway. So you will only be able to take them to small claims court and maybe get up to $5,000. But if that handyman know the law, he'd be out of it like, well, I told him I wasn't licensed. I don't really owe them anything.
If you can find them.
If you can find them and they even show up and come to court, that's a whole nother thing.
If you can find them to get
I be the one suing, so I be at court.
But no, on the serious tip, you can buy. It's some nice multifamilies out there, but they go fast. We have the influx of multifamilies are weird. They're either over $100,000 and completely fixed up, or
my bad, my mind.
You can do something from 45 to maybe under, but they need a significant amount of work. And the ones in the middle, they go so fast. Like you have to move fast. You can't ask a lot of questions of when, what, where, how. You have to just grab it. And a comfortable market somewhere usually in the $50,000 to $65,000 range. So that's usually where the income, the rents add up, and it'll give you at least a double digit or close to a double digit ROI. But they go fast. They really go fast.
Right. Somebody said they bought. Oh, you talking about that group? I just snapped up a home near 8 Mile on Strasburg.
That's east side, like 8 and Van Dyke.
I think them all brick over there.
Yeah, they are brick, I want to say.
You said you got it from the land bank. Good job. Make sure whoever you hire, they know what the fuck they doing.
And please stay in contact with the land bank. Because
Yeah,
if you don't get them updates, they are gonna snatch it.
yep, they're a little behind due to COVID, but they ain't forgot.
You
Believe
know,
that.
because
Go ahead.
And go
the,
check your water account. Go get your water account.
oh yeah, please do that.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
Go get your water account changed over and get them blights taken care of so we don't have no issues at closing. I don't want you calling me talking about you don't owe that and you ain't take care of what you need to take care of.
Or when I go
Oh,
pull my permit, because if it's blight on the if you got blight tickets, I can't pull a permit either. And I got to pull my permit first before plumbing and everybody else can pull theirs.
So blight tickets are tickets that are issued by the city of Detroit. Because there's some people like, what the hell is y'all talking about? Blight tickets? I get that all the time. What's a blight? Uncut grass, not being registered as a vacant or occupied property, any type of other trash that's on or around graffiti,
graffiti.
um,
Yep.
anything violating the city code that they can fine you for. So blight is a ticket. You're being fined for something. Oh, if your trash can stays out for too long, even if it's not yours, somebody put in abandoned vehicles, all of that. So anyway, with blight tickets, you have to make sure that you show up to these court dates. You have to make sure that you comply with them. And like Emma was saying, if you're buying a land bank house, make sure you get those things cleared ASAP because they will clear them if you're buying a land bank house. But if you don't say anything, they're not going to say anything to you
Fact.
about clearing it. The water bill as well. If it's any type of water bill that's owed, you can give a forgiveness for it. They'll pretty much start you at zero if it's a land bank house. But if you don't say nothing, they're not gonna say nothing. So don't wait 6 months down the line and
Yeah,
try
and
to
the
establish
sooner the
water.
better because it's a
They're gonna
process.
be like, well, too bad, so sad.
Yeah, no,
No bill now.
yeah, or
Yeah.
they'll still do it, Marcus. I mean, I've experienced, but it's just the process takes so long that the sooner you have all that shit done in advance,
Well,
the
it
better,
takes so long because now they have to separate the bill from what you actually owe to what you
Right.
didn't owe in the past.
Yeah.
So it depends on what representative and how hard you push. Because a lot of them be like, listen, you have whatever number they make up the day that they see you. So let's just say 30 days in order to submit the fact that you bought a land bank house and to try to establish water or establish a water account. We're not even gonna say establish water because that's
Right.
like an ambiguous type of statement because there's a whole lot of other stuff that goes before water actually flows in that house to establish the account or clear the account or just establish account number. Um, so start there. Do it within the first 30 days. Make that one of the things on your agenda. Buying a house. Get rid of the blights of the
Yep.
land bank. Make sure that you are establishing the water account, talking to the water department, and making sure that you're giving updates
Yep.
to the land bank. I mean, you got to say
Yeah,
Also,
I mean that's staying
you got
compliant.
to do it from a licensed contractor within the first 15 or 30 days.
absolutely.
Yep. So that means everybody got to be licensed. If your
And
GC
if,
is licensed, everybody on that team is typically licensed. At least on my team, I can't speak for everybody else, but my plumbers, HVAC, electrical, everybody licensed and insured up to $1 million, if not more. Somebody want to know what are our thoughts on
now,
the Grashwood neighborhood? Grashwood, what's that, like 7 Mile Grash up in there?
What neighborhood?
What's the Grashwood neighborhood? I need to cross street. If that's like Gratiot and 7 Mile, yeah, a little rough. That's beginning of the red zone, ain't it?
what is the red
Grashwood?
zone? What y'all keep talking about? What am I
Zip code
missing?
4205.
Ain't 7 Mile
What's
Gratiot 4205 or no?
Yeah, it is.
what's the red zone? What is that?
They ain't commented yet, so let's go to the next one. Which department clears the blight? The building department and yeah, the building. That's part of the building department, I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's a it's the blight ticket department, the blight department.
yeah, at the building department. They said Homecomb and Belvedere. Homecoming and Belvedere. That's like Kirksville. That's me. That's still that's like East Village.
Emma, Asia, how we post stuff in here? Or you just since you the admin, we can't post nothing.
You can post in the comments. You should be able to.
Oh, you you
What you
and
got?
control
What you got?
everything. We can't post nothing.
Y'all can post in the comments.
I
No,
ain't
we
got nothing. I
can't.
just want to talk shit.
What?
Where?
Y'all see comments
I
on the
didn't
right?
even
I
try.
see comments, but ain't no thing to post it in.
Oh, maybe you got to post
Oh,
on.
I gotta log in.
I don't
Do I
even
gotta
see
log in?
comments.
I don't know. Y'all should have the same stuff I got.
That's all right. I'm gonna use my new Mac and I'm gonna just text it to you.
Nah.
All right. Somebody said, "Is the USD
Can y'all
Married
hear
Road
me?
area good to invest in?" Hell yeah, that's good for fix and flip, buy and hold.
It
You
is.
fix and flip to a homeowner over there, or another investor who want to rent. Like that's very good. And all brick. Did you message my laptop or my phone?
Probably your phone. I don't know which one the laptop is.
Can y'all
Okay.
Oh,
hear me?
they said somebody said probably grass at McClellan area. Ooh.
Uh,
Ooh.
yes and no. Not
It's it's no for a fix and flip.
buy and hold. Yeah, but your rehab's gonna be high because there's a lot of wood, a lot of frame, multifamilies over there.
And it's gonna be hard to find a tenant. I mean, I'm not gonna see this is the one that's gonna be it's not a lot. It's gonna be hard. They
Yeah.
gotta be from that area. Like pretty much it'll be a family member or somebody who already live over there, grew up over there. It's
Mm-hmm.
hard.
All
You
right.
gotta be careful though, because they might burn your house down over there too.
Facts. Make sure you got some insurance. That's another thing. Before y'all start evicting tenants, get some damn fire insurance.
Have it before you get a tenant.
Fact. But if you know you about to evict them, get your insurance in place. Then start the eviction process. Cause they will all of a sudden leave. It'll be a grease fire.
Please explain the red. It's red, red, red zone, and
Red means blood, like this hoodie I got on. Like
yeah,
that's all where it met. That
it's
means
just a local thing. Like it's not a real. At one point in time, that zip code was one of the hottest zip codes as far as when it comes to crime.
yeah, in the country.
So that kind of got nicknamed the red zone, but it's better now.
Yeah, it's starting to clear it out. What's going to happen eventually? What I see in the next 2 to 5 years is that everything between 8 and 10 miles going to be the hood because you got everybody leaving the city going to the burbs, and then it's
Absolutely.
like a reverse. What's the word? Migration. So it's like
Gentrification, migration,
yeah. So it's like we leave
segregation, all allegations.
litigation. So we leaving the city and they come into the city. Now, people who got kids, I understand why y'all leaving the city because our schools suck. But DPS is the very last thing that's gonna get fixed, and it's coming.
It's better now.
It's way better now, but it ain't fixed like
Emma,
how.
what do you think? Because she got kids like that. So,
Yeah,
we had this argument all the time. Oh, she can't hear. She on mute,
I'm
probably.
having some technical difficulties because
Are you on that Android?
look, listen. No. Listen, I'm real smart.
She heard that, didn't
We
she?
got no. Listen, can you hear me now? Y'all got jokes. We got the background, and I didn't go upstairs, so it's people here, so I didn't want y'all to hear that. So I called myself with my headphones on, thinking that they was, connected to my iPad, but they was connected to my phone. So I'm like, can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me?
bless your heart.
I'm like, they can't hear me, and that's because
The
it
iPod, I
was,
mean, the headphones can go to an Android.
huh?
They can go
Oh,
to an Android.
they look, they beats, boo. They go to anything I connect it
Oh, okay.
to.
Fancy,
Fancy. See, told y'all she rich. Y'all stay next to her.
right?
you know, just if you're gonna do it, just do it right.
For
I'm
those on Instagram saying they can't really hear us, y'all need to come to YouTube because I just got the phone up, so I'm sorry. Rhonda says, talk about insurance when I'm in closing. I noticed that a lot of investors are insuring the property, assuming that they can't get insurance, but that is not the case.
I mean, that's a whole 45-minute thing,
That's Minion's territory.
and
That's a
that's not.
consultation.
What type of insurance she talking about? Is she talking about title insurance or is she talking about dwelling insurance?
She didn't say.
I think she
It's
talking about
Rhonda. She
title
probably talking
insurance.
about dwelling.
If she talking about title insurance, they just need to chime in on what is it Monday? We're doing the land bank thing.
Oh, send me the link and I'll post it in the comments when this.
All right. All right, I'll text it to you because everything from land in and out, you probably need to be on that too, Asia. That's gonna be on there. Everything. That's 2 hours of that.
All right.
But the only thing I will tell those that cannot make it to that because you do have to you have to email us for the registration. But for those that did just purchase their just recently purchased a land bank, make sure that you did get title insurance. So go look at your closing paperwork and make sure that there's a line item that talks about title insurance. Reason for this is because any property the land bank received, more than likely it came from a tax foreclosure or a nuisance. For those that they acquired through tax foreclosure, if you didn't get title insurance, we're going to have to go through the FOIA process or acquire title. So it's going to slow your sale down. But if you got title insurance in your paperwork, then we can just keep it moving with reviewing certain documents, if that makes sense.
Yeah, on my properties, I personally do. I get a builder's risk if they let me. Like Big Red, I'm trying to get fire protection or something. They want like 4 bands a year. I'm like, damn.
You talk to Menu? Through Menu too?
Oh, her number was retarded.
Oh,
It was,
wow.
it was like 10 for the coverage I need because of the space. Like, Big Red probably about 5,000 square feet. It's a big ass two family.
Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, and everybody read your title policies, even the exceptions part, because a lot of people miss that too. I know I'm not a title person, but I still tell my people read the policy. Read the. I'm sorry, not the policy. Correct me, Emma. The
Yeah.
the search.
You mean reach your title commitment before you
Yeah,
buy,
your title
before it turns
commitment.
into a
Yes,
policy. Yeah, you mean the title search, also known as the
because a
commitment
lot of.
portion.
Let me tell you something about a lot of. Some title companies are not going to tell you what's in black and white. So Emma's office will definitely let you know what you should be looking for, all of that.
But in all honesty, Marcus, and I had this conversation with the client, and I have this conversation quite often. They like, we doing your job. Well, no, my job isn't to chase down your discharge. My job isn't to tell you word for word what the exceptions are on your title commitment. My job isn't to find deeds and to find people. My job is to ensure your transaction after you've met requirements. That's really what the title company or insurer's job is. But unlike other companies, we do more because we understand the market and we understand this isn't what you do every day.
mm-hmm.
This is what we do. But people get it twisted and expect this of us. And, we do it because it makes our job easier. Let me just do it for you. But really, a title company works hand in hand with an attorney because there's some exceptions that run with the land that we would never question. They're recorded. We're going to show them on the commitment. But that's when either you're educated in what you're buying, if it's in a historical district area, or it's in an area with certain guidelines, or you have an attorney that you've hired to do that for you. And they just get the docs from us. Because we're really just an information piece. That's what we should be. But we just do more. I mean, But Marcus is right. Read your title work and ask questions.
Yes.
Thanks.
Is Dexter Davidson a good to invest in? I mean, I think it is good. It's definitely coming up.
It's coming up. Yeah.
But definitely.
Those homes over there have been from generation to generation.
Yes.
I grew up off of Linwood and McGraw, which is right up the street from Dexter and Davidson. So that's generation after generation after generation. So it's definitely a good area, in my opinion, to invest in. But it's also an area where you're going to have a lot of title issues because of probate, unrecorded deeds, transferring of deeds from family member to family member, land contracts not fulfilled, yada, yada, yada. So when you're looking at acquiring some land over there or property over there, don't only factor, and Marcus and Asia can elaborate, don't only factor the acquisition, which is the part that they do, but also factor the cost to make sure that you're getting good title or that you're able to deliver good title because of those being homes that have been in the family for years. And folks probably didn't pay off the window company. Remember back in the day, the window company recorded a mortgage?
Yeah.
Or, you got an old payoff from NBD or Comerica, and grandma just didn't know. So you're going to have some title clearing issues in those areas that's over and above your acquisition.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just know, again, with those type of properties, it will need a significant amount of work. These are 100-year-old homes. They are beautiful, but it's a lot of plaster. It's a lot of.
They full up. I'm not saying
they really
hardwood floors. I
No,
don't know the hardwood floors. Everything coming up.
Now, are those homes over there like the homes in Boston Edison where you have to follow a certain
No.
No.
You know where I'm
But
going.
they're the same size as the ones in Boston Edison.
The same size, but not the same roof.
But you don't have to follow those historical guidelines with the windows and the shingles and.
But you almost do because the windows and shingles and everything is just like a Boston Edison house. Like, it's just across the street, you might as well say. But if somebody can take the time to rehab them, they'll be absolutely beautiful. Most of them are once they're done. but you can get a beautiful quad or some type of multifamily over there, but it's going to take quite a bit of work
Yeah,
to.
anything over 10 units over there, you over $1 million.
Yep,
Oh wow,
Easy.
damn.
because a lot of them have been sitting for over 10 years,
Yep.
vacant,
So it's
open.
a total gut and rebuild. Is that what you're
Yep.
saying?
Yep. Because
And
people
you
don't think about
compliant.
drywall. Like drywall and painting is charged by the wall space of a square foot. So if a room is 10 by 10 with 8 foot ceiling high, 10 by 10 is what 100 square feet. That's just the ceiling. This wall is 10 by 8 high. That wall 10 by 8. That wall and that wall. So that's 80 times 4 plus 100. That's just one room. So you got to multiply that by every single room. And then the kitchen and the bathroom is getting green board. That's the green drywall. That costs more. That's more mudding. That's more taping. That's a different type of drywall, so the price is higher. And then when I'm painting, people think 1,500 square foot house is all I'm painting. No, I'm painting everything: the trim, the ceiling trim, the floor trim, the window trim, the door trim, plus all the wall. All that is square footage. That's more paint I got to use, more labor to paint all this stuff. So that stuff costs money.
Wow.
Hey, hold on. Somebody said when you started out, what was something you wish you knew when you did your first land bank? I've never purchased a land bank house. I've only rehabbed them.
I've
Uh,
never purchased one either.
The first one I did was a rehab. I mean, I didn't really have no issues with it because I follow code, so it was no big deal. It's the people who be trying to cut corners who had problems.
Yes, it is, and that's on a admin side, helping people to purchase land banks and or to sell land bank properties. That's where they mostly fail is when you try to cut corner. You cannot cut the corners with the land bank. First of all, they know this house probably better than you do because it's been on their radar for several years. Okay,
Mhm.
they've been inside of it. They know what was there before. They know what was not there. They have full reports and appraisals for these properties or inspection reports. I'm not going to say appraisals. I'll retract that. But some of them they do have appraisals,
I
so
was
they
about to
know
say
what to
some of
accept.
them they do have
Yeah,
But
appraisals.
come with it.
yeah, but at the end of the day, they know this house, so you are not going to be able to pull the wool over their eyes like, oh, that was already here. No, it wasn't. And you need to hire licensed professionals, so that's the only way you're really going to get it cleared. In order to get the certificate of occupancy or the certificates that you need in order to
Certificate of
clear,
compliances or whatever.
yes, and get the land bank to sign off. Emma, please tell them about the clause that's on the deed.
Oh, the reverter clause that people
Yes.
everybody take for granted.
Facts.
That part. So basically, what it is the moment that you decide that you're going to get in bed with the land bank from the perspective of you're going to renovate one of their homes, they give you the development agreement, which is part of your purchase agreement. And one of the clauses in that talks about if you don't comply with the renovation of that property within whatever the specified time is, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, 6 to 9 months,
Yep.
there's that reversionary interest on the deed. That's the deed from them to you has a reversionary interest that says if you don't comply, the property can revert back. People, they don't get that. They don't understand that essentially if you don't meet whatever the guidelines are and what you signed, that development contract, and you don't meet them, they have the right to exercise their right, they being the land bank, to exercise their right for that property to revert back to them as the owner. What I'm seeing a lot of is where people are like, I bit off more than I can chew. I've acquired this property. I thought I could do the rehab. I cannot do the rehab. I'm ready to sell it. And they don't understand that the land bank's interests come before that new sale. So
Yep.
now we got to go to the land bank and say, can we get the approval? Are you okay with letting somebody else assume the property? And more than most, they're like, nah, they didn't do nothing. We want our property back, or we need to see what work has been done. And then now I find out in certain zip codes, and I'll have it next time we get on the show. There's certain areas that they will let properties be assumed, like historical areas. They'll
Yep.
let you assume there because it's maintaining the integrity of that neighborhood. But again, people don't understand the importance of look at your quick claim deed. For those of you that just said, I just purchased a land bank property. Now, if you got a copy of your deed, look in the middle of it. That language is right there, the reverter interest of the land bank, which pretty much means they hold an interest that it will revert back to them if you don't comply with the guidelines in that rehab agreement. And it's an exception on your policy, meaning that that's accepted out. Title company not covering that. If you fail to fulfill and they come back and take it, it's not covered under your policy.
Yep. And
Yep.
one of these shows, I've been speaking to the land bank directly, and they did agree to come on here and do a live with me. So I'm excited about that. Cause then
That's
y'all
what's
get
up.
a lot of questions answered that we possibly can't. Maybe it's some new rules. I don't know. I do believe that some neighborhoods they want to take back certain ones because they know where the value's at, and some they just kind of let go. Like Virginia Park, that was 2 years, 3 years,
Yeah.
but she
But
just kept
it was no,
updating.
but it was because of the updates and because of I stayed in contact with them. I help her stay in contact with them. Listen, the land bank is not Freddy Krueger. Okay, you don't got to be afraid of them. They're not gonna come in your nightmares and try to kill you. All they're asking for is some updates and some communication. But
Yep.
when you don't use professionals, and if this project is not moving along, you're not gonna be able to get that to them.
Yeah,
So
because in
again,
her case, it wouldn't have took that long. She just would have went with me in the first damn place. Because
yeah,
she hired the contractor, fired them, brought me in to do some part, then they want me to do the rest. Brought somebody else in, then they fucked up. Then I just came on in and finished it all the way at the end any damn way. And we could have been out of here 2 years ago.
Yeah, that part.
Facts. And I'm
But
like,
you
I'm
know,
just gonna tax her ass. That's all that's gonna be.
that's what most of our businesses. They don't realize our value and what we can bring into after they. I'm sorry, guys. I got people coming in now.
That's
Can y'all
cool.
hear them?
Yeah, we
they
hear him.
having a good time.
My
Right. We might
bad.
come up there when we leave.
I wish I had my membership.
Well, I'm in the red room. I'm all to myself up in here with the butler. But you know, I mean, people got to understand we bring value. You know, the money comes with it, but we're a group of individuals that we've been through some things. We don't want to see others go through that.
Mm-mm.
We have
Yep.
knowledge, we have insight, and it's like it for me. It fulfills me to be able to share that and see people take that and grow on it. Now, I mean, I'm a for-profit company, but sometimes you got to give a little bit to get a little bit, and knowledge is
Absolutely.
power. Knowledge is
Yep.
power. You know, that's an empowerment. And I think what we bring collectively as a group and individually, you can't put a dollar on that. You can't put a price on that.
Because we done got some people out of some shit. Like and the thing is, they would have never been in that shit if they would just listen to us in the first place. And I think people think we be exaggerating or we be lying, and then when it happened to them, they like, damn, you was telling the truth. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
learn
they do, and I
it.
get it. A lot of people think, especially in my position as the property manager, oh, he just want more money. No, I'm trying to save you money in the long run. I know, I'm human too. I'm broke as well sometimes.
That
But
I
it's just like
3 days.
I learned from my mistakes, which is trying to cut corners and hire Ray Ray and them to do a whole lot of stuff. It
You
don't
still fucks
work.
with Ray Ray now?
Nah, no, they done
Register.
last time, long time ago.
Well, you
I
know,
told you about the Ford Taurus story, but anyway,
people think that we're priced as attorneys, so they don't want to fuck with us because they think that our pricing is on the same level as an attorney. And it's like, yeah, no, we make the least amount of money in the transaction.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I try to save a lot of heartache and headache. I try, so every day that's my stride to make things better. And I mean, I'm a realtor at heart before property manager, so I always look at value, future value. So again, I do kind of push you to get those improvements done. Number one, to help you improve the value of the property because eventually you're going to want to sell it in the future. Number two, create the safety for the tenants and for yourself. It'll just say it saves you money in the long run when you have it done by a professional. It saves you in the long run when we get to court and this tenant is spewing lies saying that you a slum lord and this ain't fixed. No, we got the permit for this. Was
Yep.
approved by the city of Detroit. We're good. So now the judge is like, I have all this stuff in front of me. They presented already. You can go. You're dismissed. Matter of fact, you got 10 days. Grab your stuff.
Yep.
Don't let the door hit your ass on the
Putting
side.
purpose and doing stuff right saves you in the long run. Like a lot of turnkey deals I personally rehab, I don't get callbacks. I don't want callbacks.
Exactly.
I
Yep.
don't want you calling me back because I ain't trying to. My rehab, I shouldn't get a call back for at least 5 years.
Yep.
At least, unless it's something that you did. Now you putting diapers and condoms and weed down the drain. You know what I'm saying? That's a different story. But that's in the lease though. If I snake this drain and anything come out other than the tree root, you
Absolutely.
stamp that.
Wow.
Yep. So are you all saying that whatever it takes to renovate a single home, multiply that by however many units? Pretty much.
Yeah, especially if it's in the Dexter Davidson area.
Especially if it's brick. because brick got more tuck pointing, more work you got to do. Brick shift. If the basement brick, that tells you how old the house is. If it's blocked, then it got built in like the 40s, maybe the 50s. Anything before that gonna have a basement, a brick basement. Like Kirksville got a brick basement. My big yellow on Parker got a brick basement. All them got built before 1910.
So do they still have radiators? Steam radiators?
Yeah, I got them in my
Some
house.
do, but I take all that out.
Oh, you do?
If I'm gutting it, I'm doing I'm going forced air. It's already open.
I just got a new boiler and it's perfect. I love my baby.
What is forced air?
Forced air is what's in your house now. Duct work, a regular furnace.
Oh, okay.
Central
Okay,
air conditioning. The boiler.
So on a Linwood Davidson house, you gonna take the radiators out to bring the uniqueness.
No, you ain't got to do that because they already did that for you.
They already gone. Big Bertha and them is coming out. That big.
Ray and them got them. Ray.
They got them, yeah.
Do you know how hard it is to find radiators for these houses?
Yes.
If you use one, if you want a new one, you paying at least $1,000 or more per radiator.
And isn't it dependent upon the size too, Asia?
Yep.
Yeah. Sometimes you need a big the size of the room. You need a big one. Like in my living room, it's huge. In the
big long one.
Yeah.
And then you got to sandblast them and powder coat them. Some people just use the spray on Rust-Oleum.
Yeah.
We take ours to the welding shop and they take all the stuff off
or whatever.
Yep. And then you can get it painted whatever color. White, black, and gray is the cheap one.
Yeah, okay, those are the common colors I've seen.
Yeah. Now if you get into the colors like red, yellow, green, all that, you're gonna be paying some bread. But radiators, I'm full of gut and I ain't got time. I want a furnace, I want some duct work, I want some heat to the first floor. And that's another thing. A lot of people sleep on a lot of these Detroit houses don't have no heat coming to the first floor. So that's
not just the first floor. Don't forget about the bungalows. It's a lot of bungalows that has no heat upstairs. No vents, no heat, none of that. You got to watch out for that too. Them bungalows.
So that's factored into those rehabs that y'all be doing. And for those that don't understand it, they can get got on their pricing.
Yep. So if I see a boiler system in the old house or knob and tube, I'm gutting it off top. I'm not saving shit. Don't ask me to save nothing. Hey, can I save this wall? No. The only thing I might save is the original crown molding. Because you got to go to like my daddy and granddaddy and them to get that done these days, and they retired. So I'm saving that. I'm saving any of the in the beams. If those are done, like in the Boston Edison house, I save those. Any of that old what's it called, wainscoting, I'll save that, and I'll save the hardwood floors. The rest of that shit is the dump.
It's out.
Gone. Them clawfoot tubs out of here. I ain't got time.
Them little dainty cute tubs.
I'll sell them. I'll put it right on iFor Up and get about $500 to $1,500 for it and put it back into the house. But I don't keep them.
Wow.
The bathroom we just did in Southwest, that shit sitting on her porch because one of her friends supposed to come get it. And I was like, all right. But she probably gonna sell it for like $600-700 because it got all the feet to them and all the feet original. So that make it worth some money. But her bathroom was fucked up. Like the floor, that was a $28,000 bathroom.
Wow.
We had to get in the plumbing ring, electrical.
Guess you would call that a royal shit, huh?
We got anything else from our listeners? We 8:59 in.
Oh yeah, we almost in. Hold on.
They're getting loud over here on my end. I'm about to get ready to get up out of here, y'all.
Asia, do you charge for estimate? Yes, the hell I do.
Yes, she does. You charge us for estimates.
Yep, I started at $260 and up. So you go right to
I'm on my old rate of $150.
No, I went up. When I seen them other GCs was charging $250 and their estimates was nowhere near as detailed as mine, I went up.
What I can say, and this is not being biased, is that Asia will give you the most detailed rehab estimate that you need. Everybody who calls me say, I need a contractor because I'm trying to do a FHA 203K. I'm trying to do some type of rehab loan. All the contractors I talk to, they're good at swinging the hammer, but I can't get the documents or the estimate that I need, which is usually a breakdown of labor costs and material costs. She's probably about the only one that I know of in the city that will be able to do it. It's probably one other person, but I can't remember their name right now.
Well, I just break mine down live. I don't do labor and material because that varies, so I don't even do that.
But what I'm just saying though is just it's detailed enough in order for somebody to pass or get through or to do the 203K loan.
Oh yeah, I done did a couple of those.
Yeah.
All right. Somebody said we'll take like 2 more questions and we out of here. Will hiring a contractor cover the requirements the land banks are asking for? Are there still things I would need to do? Only thing you would need to do for me is sign my contract and cut my fucking check if I'm the contractor. Because then I'm going to come in and you ain't going to have to do nothing. Like, I'm a true GC. Like, I
That's
take care of
true.
everything. Only thing you have to do is get the water turned on and the light and the gas. And we'll be there when they come to turn it on. But I need you to make that call. But other than that, I take care of everything. Other GCs I can't speak on, but I take care of everything. What was another question? Oh, it's more of a compliment. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing all this information. Oh, anytime. We're gonna do this every month, every third Friday, starting after today. Every third Friday. So y'all got anything else to say, Emma Marcus?
Everybody
No,
be
I
safe.
think I'm good. I was able to get some stuff off my chest
Me
today.
too. I feel good.
We could be ourselves, you know?
Yes, that part. That part.
So
That's
hopefully we
good.
see some of y'all in Orlando this summer, or on a tour in August. So I will post all the links in the description box. Thank you to those who did donate. We appreciate y'all.
Oh wow.
We'll see
Thank
y'all next month. Y'all got anything to say?
I'm
Bye.
good. Thank you. You guys know where to find us. We appreciate your time, and let's do this again next month, same time, same place. Red
Yeah.
Room.
Bye y'all.
Bye,
Bye.
y'all.